So that was 7 Nights there from Mysie, and I was literally just saying to her that it's probably the first song I ever discovered of hers. So I am so lucky to finally be joined in the studio by Mysie. Welcome!
Hey!
I'm so happy to have you here, and it's been such a long time in the making, hasn't it? Because we met in like March now.
Yeah, must have been
Back
March.
ago. So you're warming up for Joel Culpepper, and you've since like gone on to like warm up for now Corinne Bailey Rae as well. So seriously, the career is just going up. How was that for you, by the way? Like, you went on tour with her, didn't you?
Yeah, I went on tour, went all around England. Honestly, it was amazing. Like,
was that your first sort of tour of England
it
performing?
Was.
Wow, that's...
First ever tour.
And so, is it tiring, as people say, or is it really enjoyable?
Honestly, that was the best time. I kind of wish I was still on tour now. I can't lie to you.
It does look so fun. And we're here now, actually, because we're celebrating the release of your EP, which is finally out, Joyride EP. How have the reactions been so far to that?
Amazing. Honestly, just the love has been so good. It's been so lovely, and everybody's just been so... Everybody been getting it. They've been getting it.
It's fun as well, I guess, because you've kind of like teased the public with songs as you've like dropped them over the months, leading towards obviously the big drop on Friday. So I guess when you come to the end of like that massive body of work, how does it feel that it's just now all out there and the world can like consume it all at once?
Honestly, a relief. And you know what? I feel like when you release a project, I feel you listen to it totally differently.
Yeah.
And it feels so different listening to it now that it's out there than what it was like before I released it. So
yeah, I totally agree with that. And also there is such a storyline to this one, which we'll get into like later in the interview. But I just wanted to also touch on the fact that it's produced by Fraser T. Smith, which is like massive, and he did your last EP as well. I know a lot of people ask you this, but what is it like collaborating with someone like him?
Honestly, he's just amazing. He's so lovely. He's just great. He's just there to enhance me. He's not there to change me, and that's all you could really ask for, to be honest.
It's such a turn of luck as well that like you were paired with him, weren't you, because you won an award. And so to be able to be paired with someone that just makes sense and like helps elevate your work, that just must be the best feeling now that you've done 2 EPs together. Like, must be going well.
Yeah, honestly, he's just so great, and like we've still carried on that mentorship as well. Like, we talk every week without fail on a Friday in the morning, and yeah, it's a good routine.
That's
to be in,
so
to be
nice.
honest.
It's so nice to have people also have your back in the industry. So yeah, it's an amazing body of work. So let's talk a little bit about Joyride. I've got a game on the way, but if you could just briefly summarize the EP. I also wanted to give you a little gift because one of the songs on there is called Gin and Juice. I don't know if you've clocked, but I've got the next best thing, actually, Gin and Lemonade.
Yes,
but I brought you a little one to have during the interview. And that's probably the most funky of the songs on there. But yeah, tell me about the whole EP.
Really, it's it spans over a 5-year relationship, and really mainly the lows of the relationship. I think that's the best way to sum it up. And yeah, just the ride never stops. I didn't know where I was going to go, and it was a wild one, but I've learned a lot along the way. So
yeah, and it's, I guess, nice, cathartic in a way to put it into music. And did you feel like it's the end of the journey now, then that's when you decided that this is when I'm going to drop the whole EP?
Yeah, really. Do you know what, actually I felt like the first realization of the end of that relationship was when I finished writing Fade.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So actually it came to an end as the whole thing came to an end, with the music sort of tracked the relationship.
Exactly.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into the first song on the EP, and actually what the EP's titled, which is Joyride. Do you fancy introducing it for us, please?
Yes. Hi, this is Mysie on Reprezent Radio, and this is my tune, Joyride.
Don't go anywhere, as we will be right back playing a game. Char in with you on Reprezent Radio. So So that is Mysie there with Joyride, and that is the first song off the EP which we're actually chatting about. And Mysie's live in the studio enjoying her gin and lemonade.
Yum, yum, yum.
And there is a song called Gin and Juice which is on the EP, which we're going to discuss in a sec. But the game I wanted to bring you actually is about the whole EP. It's called Joyride, obviously, which is all about sort of the mix of emotions. And I think you said to Wonderland that the EP was about uncovering more sides of you, like the cheeky side, the fun side, and the deeply emotional side. Now, that information, coupled with the fact that I know you went to drama school and I know that you're trained in dancing, I thought it'd be fun to play a 10-second clip of each song, and then you have to summarize the song with either a facial expression or a dance move.
Okay, I'm
so
ready.
Just one expression or one dance move based on the clip and based on how you feel about the song.
Sure.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to go first for the one we've just played. This one is Joyride.
Always in the right place at the wrong time, so I put it on hold, put it on ice. I don't want to fall for you unless I can have you. Don't want to joyride.
So Mysie, what are you thinking about that one? Okay, so for everyone listening, it's a little look to the side, a little swipe of the hair. It's a bit of like a... I'm trying to think of the emoji that describes, but yeah, it's like a bit curious, would you say? And for what reason would that describe Joyride? You're creasing yourself.
I really don't know why I did that. I just really needed to do that facial expression. Yeah, just kind of, really, to be honest, Joyride is just, I know you're breadcrumbing, I know you're trying to, like, take me for a ride, but, I still kind of like you, babes.
I know you, or I like you?
Yeah, I still kind of fancy you, still.
Oh, so you still want to get involved, even if you're aware of the fact that it might be not the real deal?
100%.
Okay, so you're aware, though, which is good. At least you're not just going in full sort of throttle, not aware of like what might happen down the line.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that one. Let's give a go with Birthstones then. Let's see how it sort of elevates with this one.
Birthstones washed up on the shore. You take yours and I'll take mine.
So I read that this one is about the partner or your partner coming home to visit his family.
Yeah, so this one's really about, this one came really from the pandemic, and essentially there was a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknown stuff going on within being within the pandemic, and it was basically him choosing between going back home to Italy for good or staying here.
And so he chose going back to Italy.
He didn't choose going back to Italy.
Oh, he chose to stay.
He chose to stay.
Oh, go on then, summarize that with a facial expression or a dance move. Wavy, yeah.
Wavy,
so he felt wavy. Okay.
Well, my thing is that, so Birthstones really comes from like I use a lot of like water imagery in there because he's from the sea. He lives by the sea, and I understand I'd say that I'm very empathetic in the song, in the sense of I really feel for him, and I understand that home is a very important place for him.
So it meant a lot to you that he actually chose you over going back home.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
In your head as well, in that moment, you know, when you don't want to say it to someone, but you're like, stay with me.
Please stay.
Yeah, but you don't want to voice it because you want them to choose it. So that must have been a great feeling.
Yeah.
And speaking of wavy, this is what I think is the waviest track from the EP. It's Gin and Juice. It's a bit more funky and upbeat than the other ones in the production. So let's play it in this. I can't wait for this one.
You're thinking about a gin and juice, the slice of lime. I love it when you catch my eye. Imagine being high with you. It's only 9. I'm not in a hurry.
Right, so that one was Gin and Juice. Take it away. Oh, a little teeth lick. And so that makes sense to me because I've got the backstory of this one. But for the listeners, explain what Gin and Juice is about.
So Gin and Juice is really about having a wandering eye at a summer party, seeing a man.
It happens, particularly when the gin juice is involved.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and also I'm known to be like a gin converter. So like people that don't like gin I convert them into liking gin.
So you're a bad influence, basically.
You could say bad, good.
I'd say good because I like gin.
Oh, I love gin so much.
But you're taking them to the dark side. You've got a little bit of a wandering eye now. You're basically giving everyone wandering eyes then by giving them that gin and juice.
Literally. And yeah, no, I know. You know, gin is meant to be made with a slice of lime, by the way, everybody.
Oh, really?
I mean,
I like
no,
the cucumber in mine, actually.
You like the cucumber? Mm-hmm.
No?
Not too
Are you going to convert me to the lime then?
The lime is what brings it out. It just brings out, like, and I'm really specific about, I've got a really, really, really short story. Fraser made me a gin and juice.
Whilst you were recording?
Whilst we were recording. And he made my gin and juice with a lemon.
And it has to be a lime for you then?
For me. I mean, I did drink it.
So to big Fraser T. Smith, you said, take it back.
I said it 3 weeks after, because I kind of didn't want to be like, oh, by the way, this gin is kind of giving me the ick. But I let him know, and
I didn't even know gin could give you the ick, but that's brilliant.
I'm dead.
Oh, well, okay, I like the tea flick on that one. We're going to take a little break and sip on our gin and lemonade. Whilst I actually bring this song, I had to play this song because it is probably one of my faves from the EP. But everyone locked in, make sure you don't go anywhere, as we'll be back playing the facial expression dance game with Mysie. So this is Gin and Juice.
Lately, I've been searching.
So that was Mysie there with Gin and Juice, and that was number 3 on the EP. We're here discussing her Joyride EP. So the game we're playing, if you've just logged in, is, I haven't even given it a name, but like facial expression dance game, as you are both drama school trained and dance trained. And is it the Gin and Juice music video that you've just dropped where you're actually dancing in it? I think it was Gin and Juice.
Yeah, I'm dancing in that.
I'm loving the vibes and the backup dances, and you guys are all just vibing together, which is so nice to see.
Besties.
And you've obviously brought some moves through here already. We had the wavy. So let's see what else we can bring out here. Let's go for number 4 of the EP. This one is called You Don't Know Nothing. So here it is.
Fighting for a love. I know I'm not the only thinking that you want, but you don't know nothing about
That one's You Don't Know Nothing, and in terms of the story arc, it's sort of, it becomes a bit more serious, or it feels like maybe it's more of a, you know, you had a wandering eye in the last one, and now it's like, almost, are you saying to him, you don't know nothing, like, it's almost like it's getting to the end now, it's coming to a close.
Yeah, it's really just about like the external pressures of the relationship and everybody else saying things that really, to be honest, they're not supposed to be saying, you know, passing judgment on me, I mean, as a musician, as an artist.
Really speaking on your craft as
yes.
well. Okay. That's probably the most insulting thing, isn't it, when it's actually about your art and your work that you're putting out there, because it's quite a vulnerable thing to put music out to the world.
100%. And I think, you know, people can take things like very, you know, like really literally. You know, I'm a human being as well as a musician. I have feelings too. Yeah, that was a hard one to write. And I would say I've already got the expression for this one.
Okay, ready, let's do it. Shall I do a 3, 2, 1 and then?
Yeah.
Right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's actually a great. So Mysie is waving away, but very sort of like indifferent, not interested. Get away. I like that.
Get away from me.
That's a good. I can see that in the dance as well. I like that. So it's just a goodbye. Not interested. Don't need any more time from you, basically.
Literally.
I like that. So let's go on to number 5. This one is called Fade. So this one naturally is a sadder one. I sort of read that it was probably the most vulnerable one for you, and you said that this is where it kind of came to a close when you finished writing this. The relationship also ended at the same time, or came to a finish. So how did that make you feel? That must have been like a lot of emotions going on at once.
Yeah, Writing this one was hard because I remember talking to Fraser in the studio and we're just talking about I like to write a stream of consciousness when I'm writing the EP. When I'm writing, I like to kind of write about what's on my mind, and I found it very hard to access the feelings of the end of a relationship, really, to be honest. And Fraser really helped me get through that and get through being able to express myself in regards to that. But yeah, definitely the hardest one to write about.
I guess it's not going to be a very big expression, but do you have a facial or dance move for that? Tears.
Tears.
Okay.
That, you know, that emoji that has like the eye and the white bits in the eye where it looks like you're crying a bit.
Just about to cry then, I guess.
Yeah, that's the emoji.
Well, let's move swiftly on then to After the Storm. This is the 6th one from the EP.
After the storm, follow you back to the sun. After the stars.
So that one is After the Storm. That is the final one from the EP, which we're going to bring through. I'm conscious of the time. We've got 4 minutes left. So let's just drop a quick facial expression. This is the final one, so it's like summarizing, I guess, the whole journey. Okay, so a little touching of the heart there. So
yeah,
I
touching
guess
of the heart,
reflective, hopeful, looking to the future, hopeful. Okay, lovely. Well, thank you, Mysie, for playing my game, which sort of took you through Joyride, the EP, in expressions. We're going to get After the Storm on, but talking of the future, I know you've got a London headline show coming up. So where is it? When is it?
So it's at the Courtyard Theatre, 16th of June. It's going to be a vibe. Eli will be supporting me, another incredible artist. And yeah, super excited.
Amazing. I can't wait. I'd definitely love to come to that. And then for socials, where can people find you?
So find me on all the socials at MMMYSIE, Mysie.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. This has been so much fun. This is the final song from Mysie's EP. It is a 6-track EP that just dropped. Make sure you go and stream it. And yeah, just follow her up. You've been locked in with me, Char Stape, on Reprezent Radio, and I'll be here same time in 2 weeks, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. And don't go anywhere, Reprezent Radio.
Too toxic to realize you don't know till you're inside. Can trust me, I miss the signs.